So Leo, I just switched the camera on and just laughed at myself for a couple of minutes before starting to record. I was determined to get like a sun, some kind of either lion or sun headdress that I could wear for the Leo videos. And little did I know, I mean, look at this bad boy. Look at this. Not only that, but it has disco lights. Come on. Leo AF. I'm going to take a couple of cards for you. Have a look at the overall energy. This is for April 2025. Star sign of Leo. Leo AF. Leo turned up. Oh my God. Straight out with the big jobs. Straight out with the big jobs, Leo. Oh, Christ. Leo, your readings are always like fairly drama filled. So I'm quite excited. And this is going to be no exception. I need coffee for this. We kick off with the Lovers. The Lovers. So cool. I love this. This is the Sarsaparilla deck, which I've thrown the box on the floor, obviously. Sarsaparilla Tarot. Matching the sun outside, the sun, oops, the sun on my head, and the sun in your heart, Leo. Look at you. Lovers all the way. Okay, now, itchy nose. Don't cheat. Guess which card is coming up next. Put it in the comments section. I'm going to give you a moment to do that. I'll just have a bit of a stretch, do a bit of a workout. What card? I'll give you a clue. It's Major Arcana. Okay, what card? And this is so weird because I'll tell you in a minute why this is such a weird card. Okay. The Devil. The Devil in a pink rubber jumpsuit. What more could you want? Now, I'll tell you why this is weird. I've got like a dressing up box of tricks over there. And obviously I got really excited, got my Leo sun thing out. But I wanted to get out both my magic wand, everybody needs one, and I've got like a devil's horns, which I think I wore for you about 3 months ago. And I have like a red kind of, like a fork thing. I may still get it out for the extended reading. We will see. But I couldn't choose between them at all. And I was thinking, why am I drawn to the devil? Why am I drawn to like the angel stick? So that may be a theme, like kind of, and that is often a theme with Leo. I've noticed with Leos, quite strong emotions, quite strong feelings. You give off strong emotions. You make other people feel stronger versions of themselves, which is good, except that they don't have the stamina that you have to keep it going. So quite often, you know, being with a Leo can be a lot of this and a lot of fun, a lot of fireworks and a lot of fire and whatnot. And then the Leo's still going and you're like, where are you? They're back in the dust, you know. Some other star signs, like mine, Pisces, for example, we're a bit more feeble than you are. We can't keep up with you. So the Devil card, it's very interesting when the Devil card comes up for Leo, especially with the Lovers, because the gloves are off when you get the Devil card. There's something here about all is fair in love and war. Getting to, and this has happened for a few signs in the readings I've done for April. There's something about dropping, not dropping the moral compass, but dropping the need to be good in inverted commas. And embracing, I don't know if it's the need to be bad, but embracing your true self, your true desires. And I'm talking the whole self. Shadow side, light side, exalted side, the basement side. The whole bit needs to come into play and will come into play. It's come up for a lot of signs. The need to stop being polite, the need to stop the shoulds and the ought tos and what you're doing just because, and focus on the absolute, almost animalistic nature that you have as a Leo, because Leos do have that. Gosh, you're getting some very interesting cards. Okay, bottom of the deck. Interesting, right. Next one, as if that wasn't enough, we then just career straight into the Magician. So we've got the Lovers, then the Devil, then the Magician. Some of you may be very tempted by somebody. Some of you may be very tempting to somebody. Okay? When you get the Magician, the Fool, who has just been zero and just like, woohoo, let's go, I'm jumping off the cliff, I'm doing the major arcana. The dog's like, do you think you should like get some ground rules, have a little think? He's like, no, I'm off ski. So got that lovely energy that you have with the Fool. But then we meet the Magician, which is like number one after the zero. And the Magician knows how to use the tools of the tarot, sets out the table, it's all a bit external, there is some element of show, but also an element of agency, and very powerful agency at that. So you have a lot of power at your disposal, but also I feel that some of you may be engaging with somebody else that is very special. I don't know if they're very nice. I haven't got to that yet, because all special people don't have to be nice. But they're special, and you know that they're special. I know. Next card you get, Two of Pentacles. This is the card Jupiter in Capricorn. It's when you're getting ideas and you're throwing them around the loop of infinity, like you do. What are you doing? I'm throwing some ideas around the loop of infinity. It's a very practical card. So this could be something to do with a project, to do with work, to do with anything else in your life. Could be relationships. We'll do a love reading in a minute, which will be underneath these cards. There will be an extended love reading if that one really resonates. First link in the description box. There's the admin side of things. This card is not you thinking in your head. It's you practicing things in the 3D, in the external world. I'm going to stick my neck out and say taking risks. Risk is a big thing for you. It is anyway. And obviously, all at your own risk, you make your own choices. But from my observations of Leos, they're not afraid of pushing the needle a bit. And when you get the Devil card and the Lovers card, nice. And the Queen of Wands card. I mean, look, she's on a throne of bubblegum. I mean, it's just the power when you get the Queen of Wands is yours. The power is yours. I'm even going to write that down because I will forget. It's all yours. And I know that Nike, you know, there was an advert which I saw at the station and a billboard, and it was of this very famous runner, and I don't know his name, but he was wearing a huge pair of stiletto shoes and he was just on the starting block. And it said, power is nothing without control. Fantastic advert. I feel as if you may have more power than you can handle during April. And I don't know if that's actually possible. Oh, nice. 10 of Pentacles. I like this. Okay. Know what your end game is. Because if you're getting, and I'll show you the cards on the other screen. Let's have a look. No, I won't. Hang on. Might have to sort that out in a minute. Okay. Technology is not with me. I'm making these while Mercury is retrograde. Know that if you get the Lovers and the Devil, Magician and the Two of Pentacles together, and then the Queen of Wands with the 10 of Pentacles at the end, you've got all these cards about power, how to use it, about you really having it all together, you being on the edge of something, you being full of fire. All of those good things are there. But then we have this very kind of sensible card. And what this card is saying to you is, there is an end goal here. For example, you could have a real urge to start your own business, which I've been getting for you for 2 years in my readings. Leos are brilliant at starting their own business. They're brilliant at running their own business, but often it's difficult to take that first step. 10 of Pentacles is your end goal. It could be 2.4 kids and the white picket fence. Literally, there is a white picket fence in this card as well. Can't believe it's brilliant. It could be a mansion, you and your dog. Doesn't matter who the players are, okay? All that matters is you reaching a point that you consider to be successful, financially, security, emotionally, whichever way you need to be successful, whichever way you're feeling that you need to take a risk at the same time as taking the leap, as taking the risk. You also want to have a sort of, I would say a vague end game, but as a Leo you're not very vague normally, so I'm going to say a proper end game. We've got the 4 of Cups here. Someone's having a think under a tree, and that seems like a good moment to get my love deck out. Okay. That card is screaming to come out. Why? Why are you screaming to come out? 1, 2, 3. I think that's 4 and 5, but I'm going to check in a minute. Oh my lord. Oh me lord. Right, okay. So, love reading, or the erection section as I like to call it. The Magician. Back with a new hat. I mean, different styles, I'll give you that, but a very, very important card for you. Remember the Magician, okay? So for some of you, there is somebody in the offing, maybe you're already involved, they are fascinating to you. They may be fascinating in terms of physicality, like the chemistry, that you're literally intoxicated with this person. It's exciting, it's mysterious, because it comes up with the Moon card. And the Moon card is very lunar energy, it's very mysterious. Some of you could be dealing with someone who has prominent water in their chart, Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio, which is always very transformative for Leo water sign relationships. Can be a bit hard on the water sign actually, because like I said, they're a bit, you're like woohoo and let's go and yeah, and the water sign's not got out of bed yet, you know, they're like, oh, I need my chaise longue. You're like, what? And then the 3 of Cups, which is a nice connection. So in your love life, connection is key, and also getting out there, being among people, especially if you're single, of course, going to things where you might meet people, but also principally things where you might enjoy yourself. Because if a Leo enjoys himself, their light really shines. It's almost like a beacon and people will swarm in. Some of you, though, this Magician is tricky. I get that. Okay, the Magician is tricky. We've got the 6 of Swords, which is a card which I like actually, because it's about moving forward. You're moving forward with something. It may be at quite a rapid pace, and it may be that you don't have the chance to pace it. Sometimes we don't get that opportunity. There's quite a lot of glamour here. There's quite a lot of excitement. If you are starting your own business, as we looked at on the top row, that too may be very fast paced, that things happen, that opportunities arise. Look out as well, because you've got the Moon card with the Magician. Magicians pull rabbits out of hats and they reveal things. And the Moon card for me is the full moon that we have in Libra, which is on the 13th, when Venus also goes direct, which all the kind of kerfuffle of the last 6 weeks or so, where we haven't really known what's going on, there's been a lot of mystery, there's been a lot of stuff under the surface, and we sort of know that it's there, but we sort of don't know that it's there. All that starts to move direct. All that starts to gather clarity. And I feel like you're going to get clarity on a certain issue. I'm going to write that down as well. Which you may not have to work for, you may have worked for in the past, it doesn't matter. Because when you've got that full moon action going on, it just reveals it. It's almost like 1 minute you're watching The Magician. Oh my God, did he really saw a woman in half? Did he pull a rabbit from his hat? How does he know that I chose that card? You know, all the rest of it. To everyone's gone, the show is over, the audience have filed out the door, and you sneak back in and see the magician tidying up his tricks, you know, putting in his jeans and normal costume, and you see how everything works, and you peek behind the curtain. And I think you're going to get a peek behind the curtain with this person, and you're the better for it. Okay? We have the Page of Swords, which is the beginning of communication, the beginning of information. It is the court card of the swords. So it is like the lowest in terms of ranking, which means that the information you get starts small and grows bigger. It's a bit like a seed being planted that then becomes a plant. And when you get the full moon, you're going to get more of an opening out. You're going to see, you're going to smell, you're going to hear, you're going to taste, you're going to touch what you already knew was beneath the surface but couldn't put words to. Whew. Then we get the Nine of Pentacles, Venus in Virgo. I think Leos are all very much Nine of Pentacles to start with, so I don't think anyone needs to tell you to be Nine of Pentacles. You already are. Five of Cups, this is interesting because it's the first kind of emotional, reflective card that we've had. When whatever it is revealed by drawing back this curtain, you are going to have some mixed feelings about it, I think. And that's okay, because we do get mixed feelings. Interesting. It's not going to be straightforward. And the information that is revealed does change something, but it also brings something much, much needed, clarity that is much, much needed to the surface. You then get the Three of Wands with the Knight of Pentacles. That's not a bad combination, actually, because the Three of Wands means usually there's a growth in passion, there's a growth in enthusiasm, there's a growth in excitement and fire, but the Knight of Pentacles means you've got your sensible head on and you're not letting it run away with you, okay? Which is good because we have the Hanged Man as well. So, the first 2 weeks of April, yeah, with the Two of Swords, that's like the most major, you know, this is on pause that you can ever get, because for me the Two of Swords is the Hanged Man, but minor arcana. First 2 weeks of April, everything's going to be very tightly repressed, very much below the surface in your love life, very much in divine feminine, very much in the mysteries of things. Lean into that, especially with the Magician present. The person that you're dealing with has a really good alchemy. So no wonder you find them interesting. You're drawn to them. They're drawn to you. You're two unusual people, drawn to each other through your differences. Okay? And then once we have that full moon mid-month, that does release a lot of the information you need to know whether this is something that you want to stick with, or whether this is something that is actually too mysterious or too feminine energy for you. It's a fine balance, but this connection, especially getting the Lovers card first, is very exciting. So fortune favours the brave. That's all I'm going to say. I can't tell you what to do because it's your reading, but fortune really does favour the brave when it comes to Leo. Okay? In the extended reading, I'm going to crack open some more decks. I'm going to do a reading about what is behind the curtain. Who is this person? What is your connection about? How do they feel about you? And what is the best energy you can work with in this situation? Okay, that is the first link in the description box underneath the video. Leave me a comment. I'll see you on the other side, Leo. Namaste.